Yesterday, we saw how an African illegal asylum seeker attempted to behead an Irishman. We know more about that person. So this was that poor Irish guy. He was a vulnerable man, had hearing issues, and he obviously did not hear his attacker approaching. And then obviously you know what happened after that. So we've been warning for a very long time that one of these incidents, because they're becoming more and more frequent, one of these days, something like this is going to happen, and then something serious is going to come out of that. And our authorities, our establishment, our system may not be able to cope with it. So these politicians are still trying to gaslight the natives. Have a listen to this.
Jim Alistair.
Mr. Speaker, we're all shocked by the sheer savagery of this attack. And indeed, the only bright spot in this orgy of violence was the brave intervention of local citizens whose courage we salute. But what I want to know, and what I know my constituents want to hear, is what will be done to stop the importation of an alien culture that thinks it's appropriate to try and behead someone within the United Kingdom. And on the immigration status of this person, did they hold a visa before they came to the United Kingdom? Did they obtain a visa having come illegally to the United Kingdom? I think we're entitled to know. And I do say to the Secretary of State, this House should be getting its information from the Secretary of State, not from the press conference of a Chief Constable. And I think the House is entitled to know, because there's truth and transparency, which is the greatest antidote to rising tensions. So can we have the answers?
Secretary of State.
Well, I would say I'm...
Look at the word he's focused on. Something so horrific just happened, and look what he's focused on, what he's worried about. Not the beheading, not the immigration status, not... Just listen.
I'm sorry that the honourable gentleman used the word alien culture, because...
We told you, cultures matter, guys. Everything that we are seeing, all this civil unrest that we are witnessing, it's because of one thing: culture. That's it. It's clear now. You can't gaslight people. You can't say multiculturalism enriches us, blah, blah, blah. There are cultures that are superior. Those superior cultures created superior countries. So much so that people from other cultures would give their arm and a leg to be a part of. But once they enter, somehow they think that their home culture is better, when it's not, because if it was better, then their home countries would be better. But
what exactly is he referring to? What?
African, Sudanese or Somali. Well, initially the police said he was Somali, and now they're saying, oh, you got it wrong, he was Sudanese. Potato, potato.
The British people have had enough of, what the British people have had enough of, or anyone from wherever they come, whatever their background, who seeks to commit violence on citizens of the United Kingdom. That is what we together are strongly opposed to.
Then why would you keep bringing in those people who are overwhelmingly, disproportionately represented in these crimes against the citizens of the UK? Empty condolences, empty outrage. They keep delivering these speeches. Keir Starmer has given another one of his, I am appalled and horrified by the shocking scenes coming out of Belfast. He keeps saying that. What a freaking clown. He keeps saying it.
There is a proper procedure that needs to be followed in relation to the release of information. It is a live investigation. I think it is right and proper that the police lead on that. And that is why it is the police who have been in touch with the Home Office and will provide further information. And as soon as I am also able to update the House, I will do so. I am also in favour of as much information as possible being provided once process has been followed to make sure that it can be...
So the information has been leaked to the press. So this Sudanese asylum seeker took a plane from Paris to Northern Ireland to Belfast, and I think he already had some criminal history before that. And, you know, just when Trump said, when we tell you that they have emptied their mental asylum centers, not that they have mental asylum centers there, but it means that they have released all kinds of people into the West. And our pathetic, stupid politicians can't seem to get a hold of a process where they can kick these people out. So anyway, that's how they were gaslighting people. Look what's happening in Ireland now, guys. You need to see this. Look at this. Are you ready? Riots. So masked Irish men have set fire to some houses, hotels that are reportedly holding these asylum seekers. Have a look at this one. Look at this one. I don't know if it's a house or it's a HMO. It's all kicking off. It's all kicking off. This is what we've been warning people for ages. Look at this. And look, I'm not happy looking at that, but because if something like this happens in our society, then horrible things can happen, and no one's going to stop. Look at this. This is another. This is an aerial footage of that. People have. I don't know if it's an HMO or it's a house. Look at this. Britain's biggest Islamist propaganda channel. They're shaking in their boots. They're calling far-right thugs have set a house on fire in Belfast. Masked men are hunting immigrants in the city. Ooh. Look at this. This is horrible. This is horrific. Check this out. My goodness. Look at this.
Oh, shit. Oh my God.
Someone sets this car on fire, and that car just crashes into a shop that is owned by an African, apparently. I don't know how true is that. I'm just going by the captions, but you're looking at it. Look at this. They sent riot police. Look what happened to him. Looks like even the riot police can't stop angry crowds. Well, this is going to happen in England, guys. It's going to happen everywhere. Some countries tolerate more. Some people tolerate more than others. It's going to happen in England. What are you going to do then? What are you going to do then? Have a look at this one. They set this bus on fire.
What's he saying?
Oh my.
There's the other tire away. What's that there? I wonder what that there is.
Here's another angle of that. My goodness. Vox Populi Vox Dei. That's what happens. That's what happens. There's another video footage that actually shows how they did it. Because I've always wondered how they actually set these things on fire. Look at this. So they set these bins on fire, and then they crash those bins into the bus. Look at that. And then obviously that's how it started. Yeah. Wow. We told you. You can't plead ignorance. You can't. Look at this. This is how they set that house on fire. I don't know who this house belongs to. Look at that. Hopefully there's no one inside. They're literally, our governments are literally playing with fire. Look at this. This is how they sent riot police. They came in. Look at them. They sent riot police. And you saw what happened to them. They ran back with tails tucked between their legs. This is just a facade, guys. Riot police, shields, dogs, horses. This is just a facade, because when a whole country rises up, you can't do anything. Look at this. This is what happened to them. I don't see them coming out of the vans. They've set these cars on fire. Looks like the riot police is running away. Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you? But the scariest part is this. Watch this. This is the scariest part.
We're all shouting like fuck now.
Imagine if you're non-Irish, non-white. Well, they caused this. If I got out, if I accidentally stepped out of my house, they would lynch me. This is the level of society our politicians have created, because that's what happens when you don't listen to people. When you keep bringing in third worlders, look at that, at scale. At what point people are going to I mean, surely at some point you think that people are going to react, yeah? I read a tweet somewhere. Someone said this. Look at this. Someone said this. Very good point. 7-7, no riots. Lee Rigby, no riots. Westminster Bridge, no riots. Manchester Arena, no riots. London Bridge, no riots. Manchester Arena, no riots. Reading, no riots. David Emmis, who was a parliamentarian, no riots. There were only riots after the Southport massacre. And look how the government responded. Well, we told you at that time, that's not going to deter people. Wait when it happens again. Northern Ireland, I know they're Irish, but it's still part of the UK. Now, it's a fair point. I'm assuming he's English or British. He's saying we are a patient nation. But understandably, enough is enough. There will come a point when they're going to act out. They will act out. And that's exactly what's happening. There's more. Armed Irishmen have set up anti-migrant checkpoints and are searching cars. Look at this.
Holy shit, that's scary.
They're looking in there and they're masks. You can't identify them.
Back in the cars, mate. What the fuck? What the I don't like it a video. Yo, they're fucking checking if they were fucking
Good luck with your facial recognition cameras, Tutia Kia. Pathetic, absolutely pathetic human being. They've done it. These politicians have done it. We've been how long we've been sounding this alarm for? Look at this. It's been seen by 500,000 people. Look at this. This is definitely an HMO. This is definitely an HMO. Can you believe this? Look at this. An African man tries to be a hero, tries to harass people. Watch this. This guy. Watch him. This Irishman goes, boom! Boom! Oh, another one. Look at that. A woke liberal woman comes to his rescue. And a couple of boomers. Oh, God. What have you... Our politicians are responsible for this. You cannot blame this on far right wing or skinheads or racism. You can't blame it on that. How long do you think this could keep on going? How long? At some point, people are going to react. We're reacting now. Look at this. Another one.
Holy shit, man. Oh! Holy fuck. They just kicked this whole car in. Oh my god! What the fuck? Get me out of here. They're gonna drive into me, bro. They just punched him. What the fuck?
Yep. Told you. Told you this is going to happen. Look at this, another video. Look at this. Masked men.
I'm trying to just hear not
They're going door to door. They are going door to door. Look at this. Boom. Imagine, there could be kids inside.
Yeah, it's terrible. It's actually terrible.
They created this society, guys. Our politicians created this society. When they refuse to listen to people, the very people they were meant to represent, they kept flooding these tiny countries, tiny countries with third world migrants. Look at that. Well done.
I'm trying to just hear not wrong.
Yeah, it's terrible. It's actually terrible.
And it kept going all day. Look at this. No police came. I mean, they came and then they left. Isn't that amazing? They came, they sent their riot police, and then they left. They left these people to their mercy. And that is going to happen. Don't be surprised when one of these incidents happens in central London at the hands of a third worlder who shouldn't even be there, or even non-native person who's born and raised in England. It's going to happen. It's going to murder someone. Some incident is going to spark a riot like this in England. It will happen. What are they waiting for? They're actually waiting for it to happen. That's what it seems like. And this is not an isolated incident. Remember Rhiannon White? She was also murdered by a Sudanese migrant. His name was Deng Chol Majik.
An asylum seeker laughed and danced after stabbing a worker in his migrant hotel to death, a court has heard. They were shown CCTV of Rhiannon White leaving the hotel to catch a train before a masked man is spotted following behind her. Prosecutors claim this man is Deng Chol Majek, a Sudanese asylum seeker from the hotel in Walsall. 2 minutes later, after Rhiannon was stabbed over 20 times with a screwdriver, the man re-emerges on the bridge holding a phone. Ms. White was on a call to a friend when the attack happened, and the jury was told Majek took the phone from her and threw it in a river. Majek, who claims to be 19, then allegedly returned to the hotel where he was seen laughing and dancing in excitement at what he had done. Majek has pleaded not guilty and the trial continues.
She was a mother. She worked at the same hotel and he killed her. I don't know, probably unprovoked. Probably didn't even do anything. Just excited, bored, in search of adrenaline, or just hating white people. Could be that too. And look at this. Millions are coming into Europe. Millions. All of these people are coming into Europe via Spain. 500,000 of them have been legalized by Pedro Sanchez already. How do you know? What do you know? What do you know about his mental state or his mental state or his mental state? They're literally gambling with our lives. This is it. He's being beheaded and the police, don't think so, mate. Yeah, that's what I wanted to show you. It's not an isolated incident, guys. Henry Nowak, murdered by this guy, as you guys know. Katie Fox, murdered by Dijuson Raphael, another African. This young woman, Lainey William, was murdered by Cameron Chung. Rhiannon White, as you just saw, was murdered by Deng Chol Majek and other Sudanese. Wayne Broadhurst was murdered by this Afghan, Safi Dawood, who was in the process of killing another. He was in the process of killing a Pakistani man who had let him stay in his house because he was his Muslim brother. So he was stabbing him when Wayne Broadhurst turned up to stop him, and then he ended up stabbing and killing Wayne Broadhurst. And Keir Starmer has not mentioned a word about these things happen back to back, almost 2 or 3 days apart from each other, as you can see, October 2025. Earlier that year, February 2025, Harvey Wilgoose was murdered by Muhammad Umar Khan. Look at him. These 3 girls, obviously, they were murdered by this monster, Axel Ruda Kobana, now known as the Southport Massacre. Lieutenant Colonel Mark Teaton, I didn't even know that. He attempted beheading by Anthony Isan. Amy Gray, she was murdered by this guy, Nassim Sadi. Alfie Lewis, I don't know about this one, was murdered by this guy. Oh my God, Barnaby Webber, Grace O'Malley, Kumar, and Ian Coates murdered by Baldo Calcone. All 3 of them were murdered by this monster. Thomas Roberts murdered by Lawangin Abdul Rahim Zadeh, another Muslim. And this list is not exhaustive at all. There's so many other cases. So they're literally waiting for people to act out, to react, riot, because it seems like they're not going to listen to anyone. Again, just a disclaimer, I'm not recommending, I'm not telling you to go out there and riot. I genuinely believe that we still have a political window, although that window is closing very rapidly. We have to resolve this politically. Aim high, vote low. Or even if reform comes to power, something will happen. I don't have high hopes of Nigel Farage. I think he's a stooge of the establishment. But still, it would be anything is better than Labour. Anything is better than lefty governments. So yeah, it's just going to get worse, guys. It's going to get worse. Why? Because the behavior of these people who are coming into Western countries is not going to change. The more of those people we have, the more unrest we're going to have in the West. That's it. It's as simple as that. The equation is very simple.